Hello everybody, it's Star Aphra here, and welcome back for another episode of This Week in Star Wars Canon. Every week I break it all down for you guys, from the TV series to the novels to the comics and to the video games. If it's Star Wars and it's related to those movies that we all know and love, I like to talk about it. So first things first for this week, of course I have to start by talking about the mid-season, Season 4 finale for Star Wars Rebels, Episode 9, titled Rebels. So we have Hera leading the charge against the Empire, going back to Lothal to take out the TIE Defender factory, and things don't go according to plan because Thrawn is there and he thwarts the rebels once again. And I have my review of the episode on this YouTube channel, so make sure you check it out. I'm not going to talk about that any further because probably the biggest thing that came out this weekend, for the next couple months at least until Last Jedi, is we had the release, at least early access, for Star Wars Battlefront 2. So this is the actual early access, like I mentioned, the Deluxe Trooper Edition. So this game is everything that I wanted the first game to be and more. So we got that campaign that everybody was clamoring for, and I have actually 100% got through that campaign, and it was a ride. It was one of those experiences that you would think a movie would have for Star Wars. Honestly, super cinematic, super epic, great acting, great insane graphics, and for a Canon junkie like myself, I loved getting all those little tidbits of the information from the comics to the books and some TV series. You know, it's really great seeing the story group at work here and actually having a video game for the first time in Canon really, you know, discover all of this stuff going around, you know, post Return of the Jedi. Lots of ties to Shattered Empire and the Aftermath trilogy, so like I said, make sure you check those out before you actually play the game if you have a chance to. And as far as the multiplayer is concerned, I really love it too, because especially the Starfighter Assault, I play that the most. It's just so much fun. It brings back a lot of memories for me playing Rogue Squadron. Their new battle point system this time around is great, as opposed to the first Battlefront. You had to go and pick these stupid power-ups around the map, so it was completely random if you would get a hero or anything cool. And now you do whatever you can to get points, be it killing players, but you can also just go after the objectives and you get points like that. You can get different kind of units, you can get vehicles, and you can get heroes. They have lots of badass heroes, so it's a lot of fun. The progression is a little bit iffy right now. I'm sure if you guys are anything into the games, you've heard a lot of backlash against the microtransactions in this game, against the hero unlocks. EA is doing their best to kind of change things around last minute, but that's still a red flag to a lot of gamers, saying, look, they should have thought this out better than, you know, before releasing the game. But, you know, I like the game in general. Besides that stuff, you know, it's a great addition, a great sequel to a game that I already really liked a lot. So I can't wait to have my review for you guys very soon. Alright, moving over to the comics, I first want to start off by talking about Darth Vader, issue number 8. This is the Dying Light Part 2. So last we left off, Emperor Palpatine had given a specific mission for Vader to track down Jacasta Nu, because she has some information that he desperately wants. And in the meantime, Jacasta Nu is right underneath both of her noses. She has gone back to the Jedi Temple to try to find this data that is very valuable to her and the surviving Jedi of the Purge. And this issue is pretty much like a detective comic, because apparently Jacasta Nu shuts off an explosion with her ship because she's found out by some underworld policemen, and then we find out that Vader knows this, and the ISB's trying to figure out how they found this part of this Jedi ship. That means that there's a Jedi alive. So this issue is a lot of setup, not a lot of action happen, but it's still super interesting. So jumping into my positives for Darth Vader, I first want to start by talking about the little line that Palpatine said to Vader. He's pretty much telling him to calm down because you're getting too damn dark for your own good, because we open up this issue and Vader's simply force choking somebody, and Palpatine's like, look, if you continue the way you are going with your anger, there's going to be no one left in the Empire to rule over. So I thought that was pretty good. I also enjoyed seeing the underworld police that were shown briefly in the Clone Wars, so it's awesome getting those nods to the Clone Wars. I did enjoy the overall detective feel of this issue, because we don't really get a lot of that in Star Wars, so it's kind of neat actually seeing that. something I really enjoyed seeing was from the perspective of Vader, of him meditating in his mind. It's just this very dark, fiery place, and then it has him snap back into reality, and he's just meditating with his lightsaber just hovering right next to him. Pretty cool. Another thing regarding Vader is we do see what looks like is his servant from Rogue One. You got this character named Vinny, and people were thinking he was Snoke or something when they first seen him in Rogue One. You know, as everybody loves to theorize about Snoke and everything. So pretty cool seeing that kind of connective tissue between Rogue One and now this character. Going on to Jacasta Nu. I think that she has found something that could be linked to the sequel trilogy and to The Last Jedi maybe. So what she is actually seeking and what she does actually obtain from the Jedi Temple is a list basically of all the Force-sensitive children before the purge of the Jedi. So this is very valuable information, and unless Vader takes it from her in the end, then what happens if it goes missing? And what happens if that's something that Luke finds and he restarts his Jedi Order? I find that exceptionally interesting, and I just can't wait to see what happens with this information. Or if Sidious finds it and then he just goes and kills all the kids, that would be super dark, but that's what he's probably going to do with it. And last but not least, we have Dr. Aphra, number 14. This is the start of a new arc called Remastered Part 1, and this picks up with the character of Tolvin, who is now lieutenant rather than captain because she has been demoted because of the events of Dr. Aphra at that arc where she's on Yavin 4. So you see this character now that's in the Empire. She's being harassed by a superior officer. In the meantime, there's a drop pod that drops down full of I guess rebel troops or just people that are causing the Empire trouble. One of them is actually Dr. Aphra. She comes face to face and reunites with Tolvin again. They have this exchange. Dr. Aphra does not kill her, but spares her. And in the meantime, one of the allies of Dr. Aphra actually just destroys this entire settlement against Dr. Aphra's wishes. And in the meantime, at the end of the issue, you have Dr. Aphra reporting to none other than 000. Yes, that protocol droid that she basically parted ways with, she's somehow now calling him Master. So this is very, very interesting. So getting into some things that I enjoyed about this issue is, first off, just seeing Lieutenant Tolvin. I just love seeing more about this character. They're really developing this cybernetic, cyborg kind of person, and apparently Aphra kind of thinks she's cute, so that's interesting. So anytime we get more development, especially on Imperial, the villains of Star Wars, I really, really dig it. Humanizes the character, and I do like that we actually see Tolvin had an acquaintance of Thanos, who used to be like the Sherlock type of Imperial. I think he was ISB agent in the original 2015 Darth Vader run. So nice little connection there with Kieran Gillen using more of his characters in there. I also enjoyed seeing that drop pod that dropped off those insurgent troops or whatever they were. They're not rebels because they're working under 000, I guess. But regardless of the fact, I liked seeing this drop pod. I don't think we've ever seen that in Star Wars. I also enjoyed seeing another Imperial gunship. That's like 2 weeks in a row we've seen these Imperial gunships plus rebels. They are really pushing these ships that came out of the end of the Clone Wars. But I really like their design a lot. I do enjoy seeing the struggle of Aphra after she finds out that they destroyed the settlement of people that they didn't need to destroy. It really, again, humanizes the character, makes her more likable, and adds a little bit more complexity to her. And, I mean, come on, 000 as the Master, that is just going to be interesting. And I'm wondering how she even got involved to work with them, because last we seen, everybody had gone their own separate ways. So it's a fun issue for sure, and I did enjoy it. So that is going to do it for another week of Star Wars Canon, but I want to talk to you guys down there in the comment section below. Are you playing Star Wars Battlefront 2? Are you enjoying the campaign? What do you think of the multiplayer? How are you enjoying Dr. Aphra? And what do you think of the Darth Vader series that is being written by Charles Soule, which is still my favorite Star Wars comic to date, at least right now? Let's talk about it in that comment section below. Also, if you're new to the channel, welcome. I have plenty of other Star Wars content that you can look forward to on a frequent basis, so make sure you are subscribed so you don't miss any of it. I actually have my first couple levels of a walkthrough of Star Wars Battlefront 2's campaign. So if you haven't gotten the game yet, if you're interested in it, or if you don't play games and just want to experience the story of Star Wars Battlefront 2 because it is awesome, you're going to want to check out those videos. So I'm Star Raptor. I want to thank you guys for watching, and may the Force be with you always. Thanks for checking out the video. Please hit that thumbs up symbol. It helps me know that I'm making content that you guys enjoy. And if you enjoyed this video, I also include 2 videos down below you guys should check out. And please consider subscribing to this channel. It helps support me and it notifies you guys of when I get new videos up on the channel. You can also contact me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at StarRaptor.